Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck. I'm the mother of 4, previous foster parent of many, and I teach parenting all over the world. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to help your child make friends. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can do to help your child make friends. And I've got to warn you, some of these things may surprise you. As a foster parent, the very first skill of all of the skills I ever taught my foster children was the skill of how to do an introduction. So this skill is a really valuable skill. I knew that when they first came to my home, they would be meeting grandparents and neighbors, people at church, and some of our friends, and that they needed to have the skill for how to introduce themselves. So the skill went like this. Look at the person, keep a calm face, voice, and body, extend your hand and say, "Hi, my name is..." And what is your name? Right? Seems really basic, but sometimes children need to be taught just a basic skill like that. How do you introduce yourself to someone? How do you cross outside of that comfort zone? They need to know. So just practice with them. So we role played with my foster children who were all between the ages of 12 and 18 years old. You would think that they would have that skill by then. But you know what? Not all of them did. And this skill was the perfect skill to lead into us teaching them new skills. So we taught them 4 basic skills that they would need to communicate with everyone in our family, to solve problems, and to make sure that they had a calm, connected type of communication style with anyone. This was going to help them in all of their friendships, but also in their family relationships. So this first introduction skill is kind of like the first adult skill we ever taught them, and then followed up our teaching from there. One of the most important things that I've done to teach my children good social skills and to help them make friends is to be the example of making friends. So now I want you to examine yourself. How good are you at making friends? Do you reach out to people and say hello to other people when you're traveling on public transit or walking down the sidewalk? Do you strike up conversations occasionally with people at the supermarket? I mean, don't be overbearing or anything, but are you friendly and kind and willing to make eye contact and talk with other people? Well, if you are, then your children will learn to be that way too. Children are usually just as social as their parents are. It really is the parents that teach good social skills. So setting the example for social by having good friendships and by reaching out of your comfort zone and making friends with new people on a regular basis will be the best example for your children. I know an older couple who does not like to attend church if it's not their congregation. They don't like to talk to new people if they don't see that there is any point in it. And what I've noticed, some of their children and grandchildren also display some of the same characteristics. It's very interesting how those social skills have passed down, where everyone feels like, if it's not in my comfort zone, I don't want to do it. So recognizing children already always have to break out of their comfort zone means that you have to show them even more so that you are breaking out of your comfort zone so that they know this is a normal part of life. Now this brings me to digital stuff, social media, phones, stuff like that. If your child is spending a lot of their time on digital devices, they are not going to be gaining the skills they need to step out of their comfort zone, strike up conversations with other people, and feel confident making and keeping new friends. In fact, they'll always feel a little bit insecure. Digital devices do not promote confidence. So if you want your child to develop the skills to make new friends, you've got to make sure that they get a lot of people time instead of just device time. Speaking of setting the example, here's something that might surprise you. One of the things that helps your children make more friends in the long run is for you to keep your children close to you in the short run. Now, I know that doesn't seem like it fits together, but follow me on this. When we are making friends and spending time with friends, this is the time where we practice our social skills, not where we learn them. We should be learning our social skills from our parents. There are only 3 sources to learn social skills: either same age peers, parents and family members, or the media? Which one of those three options would you trust? Well, for me, I trust me to teach my children social skills. So I know that in order for them to develop socially properly, when they're young, I need to keep them close to me and not push the friend thing, especially not before age 4 years old. So then afterward, I might let them practice with friends here and there, but they're gonna learn how to be social with me in their family. Did you know that your family environment is the most influential environment for teaching your children good social skills? If your children can make friends with their siblings, then they can make friends with anyone. I'm going to say that again. If your children can make friends with their siblings, they can make friends with anyone. Lots of times we think our children need friends, and then when they fight with their siblings that we go, oh well, that's just how people are with their siblings. It's not how it has to be. In our family, my children are best friends with each other. But they've also had other friends too. But I didn't push those other friends unless I knew their relationships within the family, with me and my husband and with each other, were doing really well. Then they could go and practice their social skills and making friends outside of the family. But because they were able to overcome problems and they were able to handle all the day-to-day stuff with their siblings as friends, then they were able to reach out and make friends with anybody socially. They had confidence. Keeping your children close to the family actually increases confidence. If you're constantly pushing the children out to lessons and schools and other things and they don't get enough time with the family, then their confidence actually decreases. In fact, they're constantly comparing themselves to all the people around them. Within the home, it's the safest environment for them to develop socially, to see their worth and their potential, and to know that they're valuable to other people around them. Once they carry that type of confidence, then they can go out and make friends. And if they get rejection from friends, they're usually okay accepting it too, because they know that there's always these other people at home that love them no matter what. Before we talk about the next point, I want you to subscribe to this channel. This channel has new videos that come out every day, just like this, and you won't want to miss them. Subscribe now. Another thing that is going to help your children make friends and develop socially is by learning what it is that people want. Now again, we learn this information within the family. What are some key things that people want? They want to be heard, they want to be understood, they want someone to love them and care about them, etc., etc. You can fill in the blank. Just think when you were dating, in those dating years, what did you know you needed to do to get that other person to like you if you liked them? You needed to listen to them, right? To hear what they had to say, to ask them good questions, to not just talk about yourself. If you want your children to be able to make good friends, they've got to be charitable and kind, and they need to give of their time to other people, not just tell about themselves. People who are insecure always have to talk about themselves, but people who can make and keep friends put the friends first. They think of the friends, they want to understand the friends, even if they don't agree with them every single time. When you teach your children what people want out of friendships and relationships, you're helping them develop practical intelligence. Practical intelligence will not just get your children friends, but it will help your children land the jobs they want and be successful for their entire lives. So what if your family relationships are not exactly like you want them to be? Well, I've got some additional help for you. There is a video that I've made called The Expectation Trap versus the Cycle for Success. I highly recommend going to see that video right now. That training will help you to stop your family from disconnecting from each other and create the type of family unity and bonds and develop the skills that you need to solve problems and increase those family relationships so that you can increase the confidence for the other friend relationships too. Click on the link to that video right now and I'll see you there.